What's up, friends? Eric Crumbaker coming at you from Real Estate and Shit, episode number 20. Thanks for tuning in. You guys know what to do. First and foremost, be sure to subscribe below, leave some comments, like the page. We appreciate all of you. Thanks for tuning in today. I have some really cool guests today. I know you guys all love when Carrie comes on, so I had to bring her back on. It was a high contract, but you know, you guys called, we answered. Welcome, Carrie White.
Hello.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm so good because of our next guest here you're about to announce.
Okay, she's just letting it all out. Yes, we have a second guest today. First time on our show today. We have Caroline Pinnell. She's from Give Back Homes.
Yeah.
Google it in right now, Give Back Homes. They're a nonprofit organization. I'm not going to completely ruin it for her, but yes, they build homes and they do a bunch of other different nonprofit to help the less fortunate out. And so she's our guest today. Caroline, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I just
Yes.
got so excited. Your podcast voice.
A lot of
came in full
energy.
effect.
I know. It's like he doesn't even need a he just go.
Yeah. Is this like one recorder or do we edit this?
Oh, no, this is one way in, one way
man.
out. Everyone saw that, and we'll see it.
Buckle up.
Don't worry, he edits the different.
The clap was
The clap was the start, but he
didn't
edits
even
all
warn
the
us they were
video,
clapping.
so it won't always be on you. And he has some different things that he throws in.
Okay.
We've got a genius guy in the back. Yeah, shout out to Brian.
A glass of champagne is all I
Glass of
need. By the end of
champagne.
this, we're gonna be swinging from
We
the chandeliers.
usually do have a good time. You know, it's
Yeah.
always nice to cool down the nerves with a glass of champagne, or sometimes the guys have a beer.
Really?
If you haven't been to our office, come to our office. We have a full working bar for you guys, but drinks are not free. But yes, ladies, thanks for joining today. It's wonderful having one of you. It's amazing having both of you. So
complimentary.
the reason we have Caroline here, I'll be honest, we just got out of a little, I wouldn't say webinar, but I would say presentation from Caroline. She presented to Element today.
She had slides.
She had slides, a little bit about what her business is, being from Give Back Homes. So I'm going to, ask you a few questions, let these people understand who is it, who are you, what do you do, what do you guys stand for, your vision. We have a lot of our local community that watches this, so this would be a great exposure to let the community know what we're going to get involved in with our brokerage and how we're going to help do things with the
Got it.
organization.
Well, I just want to start with
Yes.
I've known Caroline pretty much since the beginning of Give Back Homes.
Okay. Give it to me.
Almost. Yes, we met just through the real estate world many years ago, and to see what was happening then to what's happening now is really mind-blowing. What did you say, 400 homes in other countries,
Yep,
and how many in the
exactly.
U.S.?
Over 200.
Wow.
Right.
That's a lot.
Yes, I've actually built homes with them. But Caroline was working for Tom's Shoes, already started in a philanthropic.
Is he still part of the organization?
I don't
Side
believe
question.
so.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit more.
Yeah. What is Give Back Homes?
So Give Back Homes is a community of real estate agents like Carrie, all-stars, rock stars, who are all dedicated to giving back. And so
Okay.
my business partner and I, whose name is Blake, we were working at Tom's Shoes, which is the company that, kind of pioneered the one-for-one giving model.
Yeah.
Every time they sold a pair of shoes, they give a pair to a child in need. And so we were traveling throughout Central America, distributing shoes. And then that's kind of when we saw the living conditions of communities there. We came back home, came back to the U.S. My partner was in the process of buying a home, and that's when we were working.
Is this Tom?
No, Blake.
It was Blake.
This is Blake,
There is
okay.
no Tom.
Okay.
Um,
I always. Blake is Tom?
No. Oh, sure.
Okay.
No.
Blake's her business partner, her co-founder.
Okay, but this stemmed from Tom, right?
They worked at Tom's.
They
Shoes.
worked at Tom's. Gotcha.
Yes.
Now this all makes. See, guys, we're putting this together piece by piece.
Yes.
Let's cut that out.
Okay. This is all good. It's raw.
These are great questions.
You're raw.
But that's just kind of how I got into the whole social impact world. And then from there, we kind of wanted to start our own business, our own social impact cause. And that's when my partner and I were decided to bring it to the real estate world, because we were working, one of our good buddies was a real estate agent. And
Okay.
He was like, we get, we donate to so many different causes. We get, kind of like asked
lost,
about,
yeah.
all these things. And there's never a strategic way to give back. And he's like, and honestly, like, it would be nice if it was like kind of served up on a silver platter.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And so that was the beginning of Give Back Homes. We both, or neither myself or Blake, had any experience. We're not real estate agents. Like, we didn't know anything about, how real estate agents work.
I'm gonna have you put your mic up just a little more to you.
Hello.
It's me.
So we had no, we had no experience in real estate, and we were just like, let's just go for it. And our goal was just to build one home for one family in Nicaragua. That's where we first started.
What year was this?
2000. Well, we're going into our 10th year, so 2013. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's
One
yeah.
home.
I feel very
What
old.
did-
Very old now.
So before Give Back Homes, what did you do before Give Back Homes? How did you get into Give Back Homes? Like, where was the inspiration coming from?
Have you been listening to me?
No, I understand you.
What are you doing on your laptop over there?
No, like I understand you work for Tom's Shoes, but like,
Yes.
what gave you the motivation to be like, okay, like let me just drop this. I'm going to drop where I'm at right now, and I'm just going to just out of full faith just create a new organization to start building homes. Like,
takes a lot of
I understand the
trust,
thought process. I understand you did it.
Yeah.
But like, where were you, and like, what made you guys say like, hey, were you guys having dinner together, and you're like, hey, let's try something crazy? You're like, what did that look like?
That's a good question. So I started before Tom's Shoes. Before I was there, I was more in the corporate world. I was working in Disney consumer products.
Okay.
Kind of climbing that corporate ladder. And I was still young in my career, and I was like, I looked up at my, managers and VPs, and I was like, I didn't want to be them. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And so I just simply applied. I went online at Tom's Shoes. I had a pair. I was a fan of the concept of the company. And I was like, you know what? If I'm such a fan of this company, I would like to go work for them, And so I just went online and applied to work there. From there, I met Blake, my business partner, and like he and I were we have two different complete backgrounds and journeys, but like neither one of us wanted that traditional kind of career path, which is why we both kind of were next to each other in our cubicles at Tom's. And then, Tom's grew really fast, and it eventually got to a point where we were in the same place of like, we kind of want to work at our own thing or start something small. Like what attracted us to Tom's was it was the small grassroots startup, like the grittiness of it. And as it grew really fast, it lost a lot of that.
Yep.
By the end, we were in a fancy office with like a slide and a barista and all that stuff. And so one day he and I were walking to the juice vending machine, the press juice vending
Stuff's
machine.
too good here. Let's get out of here.
Exactly. And we were like, what if he's like, do you want to like start a company and, all together? Like you and I work really well together. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And we like pushed the button for our green raw juice, like kale juice, cheersed it. And that was truly the conversation. And like after that, it was just a matter of like logistics and all that sort of stuff. But
wow. See, that's the story I'm looking for.
there you go.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow. Was it hard the first 6 months to a year trying to start this?
Hardest thing of my life, for sure.
Okay.
Like, I mean, first 2 years, not even just this first 6 months is fun. You're just like the vision.
Right.
They're like, oh my God, what's our logo going to look like?
Yes.
Da, 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 da. The first 2 years is like grueling, hardcore, like, sorry, there's a bug.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so that is the gnarly stuff. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever want to like give up? Where there's any adversity where people tried to close their doors? Would you guys ever like have a conversation like, man, this might not work. Like this is really tough.
I don't know if it was a conversation of if it's going to work or not, but there were a lot of early on, like working with people who,
Yeah. Kill that bug.
I'm not a bug killer. Oh, damn, you got it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Boom. Now what do I do with that?
Now what?
Now, do we have a napkin?
It's okay. I'll just put it on the microphone. My little
There you
buddy.
go.
Here.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive.
That was pretty
As
impressive.
you can tell, I have many talents.
That was good. I love it.
So good.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know what I was talking about.
I was actually, well, we
Did we ever want to give up? There's always little bugs
of course,
flying around.
of course, and you
Tiny
just,
bugs. You just gotta
Exactly what you have to do. Like when you're starting
that was
a business, there's going to be a bunch of those, and you
Yes.
have to just swat them down.
Yeah.
And, there was a couple, early on working with people, deciding who to work with.
yeah.
When you're starting, you're like, yes, you
Everyone.
want everything.
Mhm.
And then you start to learn the lessons the hard way, and
Correct.
you realize that that's not the best strategy. And so we are very much in a place of like, we love to work with good people, good partners, and we're very strategic about it now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, you learn the hard way. It's funny. Us coming back from Scottsdale, talking and listening to all the different people with companies. I think that's where I stem the questions from, because they were talking about, their 10-year, build up and the adversity and how many times they wanted to quit, or how many times they had these internal, conversations of
How
what am I
hard it is.
doing today? Like, what am I doing here?
At night, like Tom Ferry would talk about.
Correct.
At 3 a.m. Like,
Yeah, you just get woken up in the middle of the night, like what's going on? Like, where's everything at right now? And I know this is something you guys, it's nice to talk to other owners and entrepreneurs who started from the ground up, created nothing and created something. And to hear the story of, it wasn't always great. You have to understand we put in blood, sweat, and tears to make this happen. Yeah. And I think that's what gravitates towards people.
Absolutely. I mean, there was times like I woke up in the middle, our website was down, website crashed. Like, no, things aren't working. Like, you think everything is the doomsday.
Anything.
And then you realize you're like, actually, nobody noticed, nobody cares, and we're moving on.
Nobody cares.
We're still alive to fight another day. But I think for me personally, like going to, I mean, I've gone on over 20 build trips to Central America.
Okay.
And like that, the question of continuing or like, should we give up, has never really been a serious question or conversation for me, because I will continue going as long as there's enough donations to build homes. Because
can I tap into that?
Of course.
These build days you're referring to in other countries, what type of impact did that? So we don't do that, so we're always here. So if I was in another part of the world and it was part of my cause, what my business was, and I see people suffering and doesn't have less fortunate, what was it like going there for the first time and trying to identify our first build and meet the family for the very first time?
It's unreal. Like it's something I try and recommend to everyone to do at least once in their lifetime. I had the privilege when I was working at Tom's. They sent their employees out there. They paid for it, and that was part of working there as an employee.
That's cool.
Which a lot of times is the hurdle. People are like, oh, well, how much does it cost? I don't know if I could take 4 days away from work. But it has changed my life. It's the reason why I continue doing this. And I've taken over hundreds of people on these build trips, and they always come back with like so much more gratitude, so much more inspiration. It doesn't even matter if they continue to support, building homes internationally. They start doing stuff locally just because of that experience.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just kind of changes your perspective. We all say, we all take things for granted. Yes. I go on these trips at least 4 times a year, and I still take things for granted. You know what I mean? I come back already complaining about, AC or something.
Right.
Yeah, like
Wi-Fi's down.
It's still not enough, but I just think it's so important. I think giving in general is the antidote for a lot of things. Like
true.
Right? Like you could be like crushing it, killing it. You're really wealthy, all these things. And then those people still give back to try and like make themselves feel less greedy about it. You could be at the bottom, like having $70 in your bank account. If you go and give, you're going to suddenly feel better about yourself. And you feel like, okay, at least I volunteered and I helped this senior or whatever, and all of a sudden you feel good, you feel motivation to like do something, and you realize that, hey, that $70 is, I'm in a lot better situation than a lot of other people in the world. So no matter where you are in that scale, on that extreme, like giving back is the anecdote in one way or another.
Okay.
That's a way also for people to feel significance. They want to feel like they're doing something with their lives, and a lot of times it's hard to figure out what that looks like, how to align, how to give back, where to start. And that's what you're saying. Like you offer that opportunity to real estate agents on a silver platter.
Correct.
Yeah,
I should have brought my silver platter.
Yeah, what's going on here?
In the car. Yeah. Well, it's interesting actually, kind of backing it up a bit. Maybe people don't know what a build day is.
Yeah, that was my next question. Yeah. I was actually going to ask you, because I'm getting you on here.
Oh, yeah.
You've done a build day before. So before I ask her what a build day looks like, I want to know what a build day was for you.
All right, we'll talk about a build day from a real estate agent.
Exactly.
So they're like, okay, we're going to go build a house. And you're like,
what did you wear to a build day, Carrie?
Well, first of all, they're like, hey, we're all going to go build a house. Like I was at the brand new at the agency. Like everyone's at the agency. And I'm thinking, build a house? Like these girls? We're all going to go build a house? And it was like a 7 a.m. call time down like south of LA. And I'm like, okay. So I wore a, I don't know, Give Back Homes t-shirt, I think.
Okay.
And workout clothes. And I had an agency hat.
Okay.
And I got a hammer.
You had a little tie cute on the side. Yeah.
So the workman hats were agency workman hats?
That was like a different generation.
Interesting.
After the fact.
Okay.
But we showed up to this property, and I think did we drive there? Yeah, we drove there, and it was kind of rehabbing a house. And we were assigned little areas, and I was with Gloria, my good friend.
Yeah.
And we were on a ladder, and we were literally doing things, but they had given us exactly what to do. We had a little break, and I think we had a snack.
You didn't put a hole in your finger? No, nothing?
That day, the Real Housewives were there that day.
That's
remember?
Right. They were filming.
So it was a bit different this build day. There was a film crew.
Oh yeah, it felt really
Real
professional, huh?
Housewives. And they showed up and they, acted like they were going to build something, but they just chatted.
They did some
They
work.
did some building.
They threw some hammers.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So that, and subsequently, those events, you show up, you have a purpose, you have a job, you sometimes partner with people. You do some work. It definitely helped me on home inspections going forward, because I'm like, oh yeah, I understand.
What'd you learn?
Just about like laying the concrete.
Okay.
The foundation.
Yeah.
Having like a
very important
slab versus raised.
Correct.
And talking about some of the pillars.
Okay.
In the house, like the wood and the distance between each one.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, God, what else? What do you know about construction?
I know, exactly.
In all reality, I'm asking because I don't know anything.
But anyways, let's hear what a build day really is.
Yeah, so I would actually, 2 questions. Build day here, build day down in South America.
Yeah, so build day here in the U.S., when we first started, we would just organize and anyone could come, no matter what brokerage you're part of. So it was actually really cool because we got
So we could invite people to our build days.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow,
You
there
to do
you
that.
go.
So it was very collaborative.
Okay.
People were meeting each other, and then they those relationships were like bonded. They're like, oh yeah, like we're
Correct.
making on this build day. And then as we've grown, like it started, more brokerage partnerships and brokerage build days where it's everyone from the brokerage comes out and volunteers and they help build a home.
Yeah.
And so they're building or rehabbing affordable housing in their neighborhoods. So you never really know what the task might be. You could be, doing, like you said, hammering or roofing or gardening or painting, whatever.
Stepping up the char.
And oftentimes the families, are there as well
Just
too.
about to mention that.
And you get to actually meet the family that will be moving into the home, and they're
I feel like
working
I'd be
alongside.
crying the entire
I
time.
was just thinking about that.
I'm being honest right now. I have like a really bleeding heart. So like when I see stuff like that, like I'd be like,
Oh my God.
I swear.
No, I remember
He's not invited to the building.
You cannot come.
I
Who's that lunatic?
I'm getting emotional thinking about it.
Yeah. No, I mean, one of the women, she came up and looked at everybody and was like, I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
It's
and you
amazing.
guys have changed our lives. And we were all like, oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Not as dramatic, but yeah. It's very powerful.
Okay.
It's like how much they really need this. And
of course.
it's just a matter of time for us, really.
Totally.
We carve out a day of our days, but we don't know the impact of this family that showed up for them that day. Like it's so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And similarly, when we build in Nicaragua and El Salvador, we fly in on Friday, we build Saturday, Sunday, and we're typically out on Monday. And
Oh, wow,
so it's
that's
jam packed. Yeah. But we get there.
Any sleep?
Hardly any.
I can imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
it's quick, huh?
Yeah, it's quick, but it's super powerful. There's a lot more tears
In those
yeah, so you can
ones.
come. Yeah, you can come into a
Nicaragua.
dramatic scene there.
Don't
but
you build in Costa Rica?
no,
Oh.
no.
Maybe we should think about that.
Yes.
Is that just because you want a vacation in Costa Rica?
It's not really like a vacation. It's still, giving back.
You crack me
Give
up.
back.
You crack me up. I love you. So
But yeah, you meet the family right
'Kay.
away. You
Yeah.
get to you start working. They're working right alongside you the entire time. They're bringing you food. Like they're making sure you're taken care of. Like there's language barrier, but it's
Sure.
also that's sometimes like the most beautiful part is just like reconnecting. That all of our members are like playing with the kids. All the local community. We throw a little party
Nice.
at the end. Everyone's so excited, and there's like a key ceremony where they cut the ribbon. There's confetti. Like it's really, really powerful stuff, and it's those homes are truly life changing for them.
have you heard any stories after the math on these families? Like how they've been in the home? Like did it help them in other opportunities? Like have you heard anything like that?
Oh yeah, I mean that's part of what I do is I maintain
Stay in
that
touch.
relationship.
The relationship
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah, I'll be there at the end of May, going back just to go visit families that we built homes for.
How are they?
Great.
How are all
The
of
families
all
are
of
like,
them?
well, not all of them, but
How much time do we have? No, I mean, in general, like often what happens is they will take the structure that they were living in before, which was, considered unsafe. And, a lot of times
Correct.
it's just like dirt floors
Yeah.
and like leaking
Yeah.
roofs and all that sort of stuff. So they turn it into like their kitchen. And then the main home that we built for them is like where they now get to
Sleep and
safely and it has a lock and things like that. They'll start businesses out of the homes, like
That's what
selling like food or like little like tortillas, things like that. So now they have more income coming in because they
course.
have this home that they can
place
start a
to
business.
operate.
Exactly.
That's very powerful.
Yeah. Do they? So now that they own the home, like, are there taxes in these countries? Do they have to pay anything, or you guys
Very
take care of that?
We don't take care of it, but they don't pay taxes.
Okay, interesting. That's cool. Okay.
You know, I think hearing this, it goes, you know, with building a business, because at end of the day, Give Back Homes, it's a, nonprofit, obviously building a business, which is not easy, which is what all real estate agents are doing.
Correct.
And it really goes into your why, your inspiration.
Well, it's funny. That's why are you reading my questions?
I don't know.
I know it's an obvious question, but I wanted to know, like, what's your favorite part about what you do?
My favorite part about what I do is the fact that, a lot of the families, like you've met, like they WhatsApp me, they're constantly in contact with me. They just check in on me to see how I'm doing. And then at the same time, I get to work with people like Carrie and yourself and like, everyone who's the greatest at what they do in real estate. And so I have like these two worlds. Yeah. And I feel like, what we're doing at Give Back Homes is kind of bridging them together. And that's my favorite part.
Wow. That's actually
Beautiful.
pretty powerful. Right? Yeah, that's pretty powerful. I like that.
That's it. What I, want to inspire people watching this, like, really digging into what it is that inspires you, that makes you get up every day and do what you want to do.
So true, Carrie.
Yeah, it's not about the mundane of it. It's about like the true gut-wrenching reason of why you get excited about what you're doing on a daily basis, why you make the choices that you do, and who you align yourself with. It's just...
I feel like that's... We kind of grazed over it when she started talking about Give Back Homes, but I feel like that's part of why the company is so powerful and beautiful, is because you guys have aligned with who you want to work with and work for. And then once you guys had that very clear, everything's been really good for you guys because you're working with good people and you're working with good clients. And when you're working with great things, organic greatness just tends to happen.
Absolutely. What is the book? We're not trying to be giant. We're just trying to be good.
Ooh, that's a book. I like that.
There's a book. It basically is making the case for businesses. Everyone's like, grow, expand, get bigger. And it's like, what if you just focused on being good instead of on being big?
I need to read this book because this is literally the premise of our entire brokerage and what we're trying to do. So
yes,
that's pretty powerful right there.
Absolutely. It definitely goes into what we're trying to do. We're not trying to be global or take over or have press juice. We're trying to have just a small little...
What's press juice?
Cold press juice.
Oh, cold press juice. I like that. That's funny. If we're ever at a vending machine, cheers in our green drinks, Carrie. We're going to think something.
We could have this machine. It just doesn't need to be for 500 people. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Trying to stay intimate. We're trying to, we're really, really confident in an element about our mission and who we want to be as agents and who we want to attract. And it's not the masses. It's people doing good. Good people doing good things.
I have a friend who owns a company called Do Good Shit. It's a great company. It's the name of this podcast.
Is the name of this podcast Real Estate and
Real
Shit?
Estate and Shit.
So I could have been saying shit this
all the time. Because in all reality, I wanted a fun name, and you're usually just talking about real estate and shit. So we kind of went for that.
Does everybody want to know what my podcast name is?
She wanted cocaine and Whole Foods. And I told her there was no way we could have a podcast called Cocaine and Whole Foods.
I think you can.
First of all, I don't shop at Whole Foods and I don't do cocaine, so none of it makes sense to me.
You're not from LA though.
I'm an Erewhon guy, let's be honest.
Oh wow. So mushrooms and Erewhon.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Boom.
I wanted to finish my questions, Carrie.
Call me when that podcast launches.
It won't be with Eric.
Damn it. There was something there.
That would be really funny. Yes, there always is. It's so 2005 of me.
Whole Foods and cocaine?
Yeah. Now I'm in billions.
By the way, we're filming this in 2006.
What?
Never mind. It was a joke.
Okay,
My jokes are never really that good.
No, they're not.
So before we get out of here, before we close off,
how are we gonna pivot? How are we gonna pivot away?
This is a good pivot because
I'm all red.
We're talking about goals and visions.
Oh yeah. Yes. That's what it was.
What's the ultimate goal? Where are you taking Give Back Homes? Is there an envision? Is there something that you guys are trying to obtain? Is there a North Star? Are you guys just being like, hey, whatever this turns into, it turns into? Like, what does that look like?
Good question. I mean, like I said, I blinked and we turned 10 years old.
Amazing.
And, that's insane to me. Like every time I say it, I don't believe it.
It's
amazing.
So far, it's kind of been what you said. Like we've just kind of just been letting it grow organically. Like once we figured out like who to work with, the good people, all that sort of stuff. North Star now is just, the world is changing every single
very
day.
quickly.
So it's just a matter of just being able to adapt with it, I think is what I've been trying to focus on. And just continuing to deliver the impact that I delivered from day one, which is, you know, I'll have an agent reach out to me and say, hey, I have $5,000 to donate. What should I do with it? And then within 3 months, I'm sending them photos of me and the family that they donated to.
Wow.
That's like really important to me. So that's always the North Star, is like, I will always deliver that sort of impact to the best of my ability.
Wow.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You just love to help people. I mean, it's just like, it's in your bones. Like it's an amazing thing. There are so many people that don't think like you. So that you are very few and far between.
Her North Star is a selfie with the family.
Yes.
It really is. You know, that's very impactful if you think about it.
Intertwined with modern times.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Yeah,
All right.
I've seen a lot of those.
That's true.
Well, just to not pivot, but to talk a little bit about Give Back Homes as a brokerage partnership.
Yeah.
Element is joining with Give Back Homes.
Yeah.
And we will be doing our own build day once we reach our goal. Yep. And we will have.
We need you to help hit our goal.
Oh yeah, right. Give us your money. No, just kidding. We actually give a portion of our commission to Give Back Homes every time we close, and we let our clients know about it. If you're watching this, you've gotten that letter. But going forward, that will be a big part of Element. And our
How amazing is
philanthropy
that, Carrie, that we can align with an organization that every time we sell a home, every time we help a family out, another family gets helped out on the back end, and that it gets facilitated through something that we are part of. And that just makes you feel good about what you're doing with business and the people you align with.
Yeah.
So it was really great having you in here, because what you guys are doing is just, I'm surprised you guys aren't 10 times, I mean, in all reality, like 10 times bigger, because it's just hard not to see how you'd want to be aligned with your company. So yeah, I'm really excited. I wish I actually probably was in contact with you earlier on this, but you know, time is perfect. Love you. So thank you for coming on today. This was a pleasure. This is actually our first podcast where we had another business owner from their company talk about what they do and how they do it. So
I'm so honored.
Thank you for coming on.
For other types of opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're also welcome.
You're also welcome.
She brings all the good things.
She does.
But
yeah, if anyone wants to, be in touch, we're just at Give Back Homes on Instagram. You can reach out to me, Caroline at givebackhomes.com.
Okay, Caroline at givebackhomes.com. Write that down.
All the information in the caption. And
Carrie Ann Fokker for hers.
Not mine.
You guys really beat me on this champagne.
Yeah, what are you doing over there?
If you ever see us at a green drink machine, Carrie, we'll have our own conversations.
I was trying to ration. I didn't know how long we were going to be.
Yeah. You didn't. Now you can pound.
Take down. Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate both of you ladies, Carrie White coming on today, Caroline Pinal.
There will be a lot more of Give Back Homes and Element in the future.
Yes, you guys stay tuned. You guys will start seeing it around the community and on our social. So, ladies,
you're going to be crying.
I will. It's okay. It's an okay thing that men cry. So,
this is another topic.
Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways. All right. Well, everyone else, thanks for tuning in today. Real Estate and Shit, episode number 20. Don't forget, be sure to subscribe, leave some comments below, and I'll see you guys all next week. Cheers.